The birth of currency, from barter to tokens. Imagine a world without money. It's hard, isn't it? But there was a time when currency didn't exist. People simply traded goods and services directly. This was the barter system. It worked for small communities, but it had limitations. As societies grew, barter became inefficient. How many chickens is a cow worth? What if you need shoes, but the shoemaker doesn't want your apples? These problems led to the birth of currency. Currency is a medium of exchange. It represents value. It makes trade easier. The first currencies weren't coins or paper money. They were objects with agreed-upon values. These could be shells, beads, or even large stones. The key was that everyone accepted them as valuable.
Before gold, people used many strange things as money. Seashells were popular in many parts of the world. They were pretty and rare inland. In China, people used small shells called cowries. These became so important that their shape inspired early Chinese coins. Salt was another valuable currency. The word salary comes from the Latin for salt. Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt. It was essential for preserving food. In parts of Africa, people used salt bars as money until the 20th century. Imagine paying for your groceries with a bar of salt. Some cultures used large stones as money. On the island of Yap, people used giant stone discs called rai. These could weigh up to 4 tons. They were too big to move, so people just remembered who owned which stone. It was like an early form of digital currency. Enter precious metals.
Precious metals changed everything. They were rare, beautiful, and didn't corrode. Gold, silver, and copper became popular choices. They could be melted and shaped into coins. This made them easy to carry and trade. The Lydians, in what is now Turkey, made the first official coins. This was around 600 BCE. They used electra, a natural alloy of gold and silver. Soon, other civilizations followed. The Greeks and Romans adopted coin systems. These spread through trade and conquest. Coins solved many problems of earlier currencies. They were durable. They could be precisely weighed, and they were hard to counterfeit. Governments could stamp them with official seals. This guaranteed their value.
Gold has some amazing properties. It's incredibly malleable. You can hammer 1 ounce of gold into a sheet 100 feet square. It's also very ductile. You can draw it into wire finer than human hair. These properties made it perfect for jewelry and decoration. But gold's chemical properties are even more important. It doesn't react with other elements. It doesn't rust or tarnish. You can bury gold for thousands of years, and it will come out shining. This made it ideal as a store of value. You could save your wealth without fear of it degrading. Gold is also rare, but not too rare. There's enough of it to make coins, but not so much that it's worthless. It's easy to test for purity. This made it hard to counterfeit. You always knew what you were getting with gold.
Section 5. Ancient civilizations and their golden treasures. Gold fascinated ancient civilizations. The Egyptians were among the first to mine gold on a large scale. They believed it was the flesh of the gods. Pharaohs were buried with golden masks and treasures. The famous tomb of Tutankhamun contained over 5,000 golden objects. The ancient Chinese also prized gold. They developed advanced techniques for working it. Chinese goldsmiths could create intricate designs and delicate jewelry. Gold was used for religious objects and imperial regalia. It symbolized the emperor's divine right to rule. In the Americas, gold played a central role in many cultures. The Inca called it the sweat of the sun. They used it to make incredible works of art. When the Spanish conquistadors arrived, they were amazed by the gold they found. This led to centuries of conquest and exploitation. Gold became a symbol of wealth and power throughout the ancient world.
Section 6. Gold versus other precious materials. A clear winner. Why did gold win out over other precious materials? Let's compare it to some alternatives. Diamonds, for example, are valuable, but they're much harder to work with than gold. You can't easily divide a diamond into smaller units, and until modern times, they were much rarer than gold. Silver was widely used as currency, but it tarnishes easily. It's also more common than gold. This made it less valuable for large transactions. Copper is even more abundant. It's useful for everyday purchases, but you'd need a lot of copper to equal the value of a small amount of gold. Platinum is rarer than gold, but it wasn't discovered until the 16th century. It also has a much higher melting point. This made it hard to work with using ancient technology.
Section 7. The global gold rush from ancient times to modern day. The search for gold has shaped human history. Ancient civilizations went to great lengths to find it. They developed mining techniques and traded across vast distances. The desire for gold drove exploration and conquest. It led to the rise and fall of empires. In more recent times, gold rushes have transformed entire regions. The California Gold Rush of 1849 is famous. It led to rapid settlement of the American West. Similar rushes occurred in Australia, South Africa, and Canada. These events brought rapid changes. They created boom towns and new societies. Gold rushes weren't always positive. They often led to conflict with indigenous peoples. They caused environmental damage, and many miners ended up poorer than when they started.
Section 8. How much gold is there in the world? It's a simple question with a surprising answer. We don't know exactly how much gold exists in the world. We can only estimate. The World Gold Council says about 190,040 tons have been mined throughout history. That might sound like a lot, but it's less than you might think. If we gathered all that gold in one place, it would form a cube about 21 meters on each side. That's about the size of a tennis court, and it would fit easily under the Eiffel Tower. All the gold ever mined would fill just 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools. It's a small amount for such a valuable substance. Most of this gold is still in circulation. About half is in jewelry. The rest is in private investments, central bank reserves, and industrial uses. Only a small amount is lost or discarded.
Section 9. Gold mining, past, present, and future. Gold mining has come a long way since ancient times. Early miners used simple techniques like panning. They looked for gold in riverbeds and on beaches. Later, they developed more advanced methods. They dug shafts and tunnels to follow gold veins underground. Today, gold mining is a high-tech industry. We use huge machines to move tons of rock. Chemical processes extract gold from low-grade ore. We can even mine gold from the sea floor. Some companies are looking into mining asteroids for gold and other metals. The future of gold mining might be in space. But gold mining faces challenges. Many easy-to-reach deposits have been exhausted. We have to dig deeper and process more ore to get the same amount of gold. This makes mining more expensive and energy-intensive. It also increases environmental impacts.
Section 10. The environmental impact of gold mining. Gold mining has a significant environmental impact. Open-pit mines can scar landscapes. Underground mines can cause cave-ins and groundwater pollution. The chemicals used in gold extraction can be harmful if not properly managed. Mercury and cyanide are particularly dangerous. Deforestation is another issue. Many gold mines are in tropical areas. Clearing land for mines destroys habitats. It can lead to soil erosion and harm local ecosystems. Mining also uses a lot of water. This can strain local water supplies. It's a particular problem in dry areas. Gold mining also contributes to climate change. It uses a lot of energy. Most of this comes from fossil fuels. Some estimates say producing 1 gold ring generates 20 tons of waste.
Section 11. Will we ever run out of gold? It's a common question. Will we ever run out of gold? The short answer is probably not, but it might become much harder to find and extract. There's still a lot of gold in the Earth's crust, but much of it is in tiny concentrations. It's not economically viable to extract it with current technology. As easy-to-reach deposits are exhausted, mining becomes more challenging. We have to dig deeper and process more ore. This increases costs. At some point, the cost of extraction might exceed the value of the gold. When this happens, mining will slow down or stop. But this doesn't mean we'll run out of gold to use. Gold is nearly indestructible. Almost all the gold ever mined is still in circulation. We can recycle and reuse it indefinitely. As mining becomes harder, recycling will become more important. We might see a shift from mining new gold to recovering and reusing existing gold.